What's going on, everybody? It's fragged out, swagged out, and you already know why I'm here. I'm about to talk to you about a banging fragrance. Now, this fragrance may be in the top 3 and possibly the best oud vanilla combo out right now. Just it is. If you don't know about it, it's because they are a little bit obscure. I get that. But if you smell this, you'd understand where I'm coming from. The fragrances from the house of EBK Paris or EBK Parfums that have 2 pages. Listen, I get it. They're not the easiest to get your hands on. So, since you don't know, you might feel like, I don't think it is. I'm telling you, it is. The fragrance we're talking about here is Ruby and Vanilla Oud. This is the second flanker, or the first flanker actually, to the Ruby and Vanilla. Ruby and Vanilla Intense was the original. That's the one with the red bottle, which is, yeah, it's right there actually. Ruby and Vanilla is the red bottle. It's the first one. It had this creamy, citrusy kind of vanilla thing going on. I fell in love with that the first time I smelled it. I really think it's one of the, I don't know, man. It just set itself apart in terms of vanilla. There's a lot of vanillas out there, but it always makes my list of best vanillas. And then I tried this, and this is different. It's just different. So, though it's a flanker in name because they are both that really rich vanilla, I don't find it very similar to the original, other than that it has a very healthy dose of creamy, rich, opulent vanilla that is there from the opening all the way to the dry down. The difference is how it changes throughout the fragrance. You're not going to lose the vanilla. You're just going to get different aspects of it. So, Ruby and Vanilla Oud have Guaiac wood, Incense, Madagascar vanilla, Agarwood, Ambergris, Powdery notes, Damascus rose, and black musk. Now, again, I say it's one of the best, if not the best, vanilla ouds. And I think most people who smell this, after about 10 minutes or so, and I even had a person who had to come to me the next day and say, it's amazing. She thought it was amazing. Her husband thought it was amazing. She thought it was amazing for her. And additionally, on her husband, people have smelled this, and a lot of them have come back the next day and said how good it is. The oud opening this has can be overwhelming for some people, especially when you smell the original and you think it's going to be all just fun and games, and then you get that really healthy dose of a very natural, opulent, very animalic style oud. But here's the thing about it. Though it does have all of those qualities, and it still has the sweetness to it. And I'm not talking about the addition of the vanilla. I mean, the oud itself, though animalic, does have that sort of Laotian oud vibe to it, where it can get animalic, but there's a sweet resin to this wood here. Now, that opening, if you're an oud lover, you fall in love with it immediately, and I did. If it stood like that the rest of the fragrance, you'd be in sweet oud heaven. What does happen, though, after a good amount of time, so you do get to enjoy that very strong oud with the vanilla in the background initially. What you're going to get once it starts drying down is a very thick, very dense, very sweet vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, rising to the top. And now, instead of having this oud here and this vanilla all the way down here, just adding a little bit of sweetness to, you get a 50-50 combo. Now, that 50-50 combo is going to get some of that incense, so it spices up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. It doesn't become a very smoky fragrance. It is kind of smoky, it's kind of woody, and it's kind of vanilla, all at high doses, but each one ensuring that the other one doesn't do too much. They all level each other off in such an amazing way, where the reality is, if you love oud, you're going to go to it and you're going to smell that oud you love. If you love vanilla, when you go to it, you're going to smell that vanilla you love. And if you love that smoky incense combo that you add to a good Middle Eastern fragrance, whether it's oud, vanillic, whatever, you're going to get that as well. You get all the aspects you love all at once Now, like I said, that part right there does come in the mid. The opening is going to be a very powerful kind of in-your-face oud that I personally love. The people who don't agree with it initially, I do feel that it's just people who don't love oud. But again, for those, give it a little while or give it a long while and you fall in love with the dry down. And to be fair also, the people have come back and told me that they do like the dry down, have been willing to wait for it to get there. Like, it's that good. It's good enough to wear now, smell the oud that someone who's not an oud lover doesn't love, and get to that combo of oud, vanilla, and incense. Now, powdery notes, Damascus rose, black musk. For me, those are just things in the background that give this a little more flavor. Does Damascus rose kind of show itself with those incense? It does, but in such a way that it smells like an additional feature of the incense and not so much a forward Damascus rose. So this is not going to be a rose forward fragrance. And if you know about Damascus rose, when it's featured in the fragrance, it usually becomes a very dominant note. Not here. It just plays an additional part to add a different layer to this already Middle Eastern leaning vanilla fragrance with this addition of this very, very high quality oud. Now, you can tell me, hey, that's not oud. They don't use oud. Most companies don't use oud. Okay, if it's an accord, fine. It's the best oud accord you're going to smell then. But personally, I think it's oud. This is a very nice woody, high quality oud, high quality incense, and Madagascar vanilla. That Damascus rose, like I said, it has a part that it plays with the incense to me. The musk I don't really get, and as far as I know, black musk is a synthetic note anyway that's created to kind of do what musk does, but in a darker way. So, but I can't speak much on it, so I won't. What I will tell you is the notes that I do know here, I identify immediately, and they work wonderfully. There's not too much more to say about this fragrance. If you want to hear more or you want to get a different perspective, you can check out Greta Beth. Greta Beth can be found on Instagram. She can be found on YouTube. I don't know how many other platforms, but I know she's busy. And she is also a big fan and proponent of EBK, and specifically this fragrance right here. Personally, is my favorite out of the ruby and vanillas. And I'm pretty sure if you get your nose on this, it will be yours as well. That's really all I have for you folks today. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched to the very end, if you have something else to add to the conversation, please add it in the comment. I'm always reading. I'm always replying. If you request a fragrance, I actually do it. Somebody actually asked for more of these, and here it was today. So I'm watching. I'm responding. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, because again, as you all know by now, by watching several reviewers, it helps the algorithm. It pushes the video out to more viewers. It gets a little more exposure to the page, and it gives me more ammo to make more content. And lastly, if you are not subscribed to the channel, why not? You're already here watching. Might as well let me get credit for it and grow the channel a little more in that aspect. Thank you very much once again for watching. It's always a pleasure to do this review for you guys. Fragged out, swagged out, and I'm out.